When I look at patients that have chronic gut infections, some people were able to just kind of come in there, make diet changes. Diet's really important because a lot of these microbes have gotten into the state of dysbiosis and imbalance, usually due to poor diets, refined processed foods, maybe too much carbohydrate. And then over time, too, FODMAPs or fermentable carbohydrates, the fructo, the oligo, the disaccharide, the mono, and polyols, these type of carbohydrates that are in even healthy foods like broccoli, onions, garlic, asparagus. Sometimes these foods can even feed some of these microbes and push them out of balance. So really important. You have to restrict some of those foods out of the gate. And a lot of times here, there's one article here talking about how hydrochloric acid or a low pH is actually very, very important for preventing bacterial overgrowth, which is really important because we always think of like, oh, well, low pH is bad, right? Acidic pH is bad. That's how you burn your stomach. But in this article, they're talking about how a nice low pH is actually promotes an antimicrobial environment. Yet we know conventional medicine, if you have any kind of tummy issue whatsoever, for the most part, you can almost guarantee over the counter they're going to recommend Tums or Prilosec, or they're going to put you on some type of proton pump inhibitor, which we know that's going to raise the pH, right? Because it's going to make the stomach more alkaline. Remember, acidity is 1 to 6, 7 is neutral, and then above 7 is alkaline. So when you start making that pH more alkaline, guess what happens? You start to invite microbial overgrowth. So it's crazy that a lot of the mainstream just over-the-counter options are actually setting you up for more digestive issues and imbalances. They're definitely going to promote bacterial dysbiosis and biofilms as well. And that's going to just throw off, and it's also going to affect your body's ability to absorb nutrition, break down amino acids, absorb and ionize minerals. We need good acidity to ionize and absorb our minerals, magnesium, calcium, sodium, potassium. So very important. Now, starting out a long time ago, I've been doing what I've been doing full time for well over a decade. I always would add in some of the ginger tea, right? I learned about the ginger tea through the GAPS diet. Natasha Campbell McBride, she'd always kind of put ginger tea within the GAPS diet. I thought that was very interesting. And when you study ginger, there's a lot of different things. It's very anti-inflammatory. It's actually an anticoagulant, so it helps blood and everything kind of flow better. When you're inflamed, cells tend to agglutinate and stick together and aggregate. So helps with blood pressure, helps with inflammation. You mix it with Manuka honey. It's very soothing on that gut lining, has a mild antibacterial effect to it as well. And also ginger is an antibiofilm, which is great as well. So, I mean, I just showed you the silver, right? And I just want to put this, I'll bring the receipts for you guys. So ginger and biofilms. There's actually a lot of studies on ginger. Reduces biofilm formation of various bacteria, including some gram-positive, Staph aureus as well, gram-negative bacteria like E. coli and Pseudomonas. So early on, I always intuitively knew my difficult patients, when I put them on an herbal protocol, various clearing herbs, I always saw the patients that were sicker did better with the ginger tea. I didn't know about the biofilms back then. I just knew that it was soothing, it was anti-inflammatory, it helped things flow better. There was definitely a mild antibacterial effect. It was a natural prokinetic. I knew there was a lot of other benefits that ginger bestowed.